anything I should?
Nope. Alright, hello everybody, this is the Prince of Mill Ave, and I'm speaking to, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Mattingly.
Alright, he's one of the, what would you call your...
Street preachers, evangelists.
One of the street evangelists who comes out here a lot. He's also got a YouTube video, channel, and I thought that I would approach him directly and get some information on his experience out here, like, especially because he's out here on Saturdays, like 9 o'clock after, which there's generally a lot of drunk people running around, amid other things. So can you tell me about some of the stuff you've run into, or what it's like?
Sometimes it's crazy, but sometimes we have a lot of good conversations, but there are some crazy events that occur. We've had, like when we've done open air preaching, the amplifier's been kicked, we've had stuff thrown at us, but that's usually
well, go ahead and continue. I'll just cut it together.
Okay. So yeah, we've had some crazy encounters with people, but overall, I think it's been a pretty good, pretty good experiences during the night. We have back and forth, but overall, it's really, I think, beneficial to be out here, and not enough people are unfortunately reaching out like they should.
So most of your encounters with people are fairly positive? They stop and talk to you and actually have a discussion?
I would say it's not most of them, but it's about 50-50, I would say, when we have actual discussions with people. And a lot of them, a lot of the time they'll start out badly, but then they'll turn around, and the people will be, after they get to know us a little bit better and see that we're not just out here to just tell people they're going to hell, but really point them to Jesus, they really start to warm up, and even if they don't agree with us, they start to realize that we're not just out here because we're trying to be offensive, but rather because we want to just be obedient to God and have people be reconciled to God.
Well, one of the things that I brought up about interviewing before was that you have a prop that's pretty much just a big cross made out of 2x4s or something similar. I know you don't have it, but can you tell me a little bit about that, like why you constructed it and why you brought it with you?
Well, the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 1:18 that the preaching of the cross is foolishness to those that are perishing, but it is the power of God unto us who are being saved. The cross is really identified with Christianity, and it's a simple thing to make, and it just represents why we're out here. We're talking about Jesus and what He did on the cross, the preaching of the cross.
Yeah, and it's about as tall as you are, or a little bit taller. And I've noticed that. The reason why I brought up some of your experiences on Mill Avenue and drunk people and etc. is that you mentioned at one time that you've actually used it as kind of a standoff, so that you could stand behind it kind of like a podium to keep people from like violating your personal space.
Yes, it has been beneficial to, though that was not the original intent, it has been beneficial in that to put a separation between myself or others, because sometimes people, when they've been drinking, they'll get a little bit too close, and it creates a barrier, and it's a friendly way of just letting people know or separating us from them, to give us personal space and then let them have their own personal space.
Let us know how long you've been out here doing this.
The first time I came out was in February 2006, but it hasn't been consistent since then. More recently, in the last over a year, it's been pretty consistent for Friday and Saturday nights.
And you're generally out here. We're right in front of the post office, which is right across from the Valley Art Theater, which is, yeah, you probably can't see the signs. It's at about 5th and Mill. So if you want to find him, try to come out on Saturdays and hunt down the post office.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we should be.
All right, thank you. Everyone, this is the Prince of Mill Avenue. You have good night and good dreams.